Hi, how do you do a due diligence on a business that has a significant percentage of cash?
That has say it again,
Significant percentage of cash.
meaning they take cash in for payment.
Yeah, so it has, let's say, 30% unreported earnings. That's what they call it. So it's cash, it's not declared. So the owner pays, let's say, a certain percent in cash to employees as well. So let's say 30%, right?
Okay.
How would you evaluate something like that?
You must be talking like construction or tow truck or something blue collar.
This is like a plumbing business.
Okay. So I make the fundamental assumption that people don't have safes in their house where they swim through money. And so even if they take it in cash, sooner or later it needs to go through a bank or somewhere. Not a lot of people take cash as payment. So even if you take it in as money, the likelihood that you're paying it out to vendors and employees, you're not showing up on Friday and putting $200 in your employees' hands. So more than likely, if there's cash being taken in, it's going somewhere, right? And so I think your duty then is to figure out where is it going, because, and I've said this on a lot of my podcasts, so forgive me if you heard it before, but in the concept of seller and company, the seller doesn't get dollar for dollar if they lie. They get 3 to 6 times their lie. So if they convince you that 30% of that stuff is cash and hard to track down, and you believe it, and purchase price would have been, they want 10, it really should be 7. You lost $3 million on that lie. And really you went bankrupt if you've taken a personal guarantee. So my point of view there is sellers tell all kinds of stories about why their bespoke company is so different than all the rest, and the diligence that everybody else does you can't do here. And it's baloney 99.9% of the time. Worst case, look, let's put a 30-day hurdle up, right? Either before LOI or right after. And so for this 30-day period, I don't know the number to the IRS. I'm not trying to get you for that. But show me this 30% of cash is coming in this business, right? I need to buy it. It needs to keep coming. I need to know where it is. The other thing you need to know it's not coming from a person that's going to put a pistol to your head the day you buy the business, right? Because some businesses have a huge component of interesting clients and customers. And so when you start talking about cash movements, you need to be thoughtful, just from a risk mitigation perspective, that these aren't shady characters that are going to rough you up post-close. So does that make sense? Like, you start May 1 to May 31 and show me the cash that's coming through, and then I can at least validate that month. And then more often than not, the cash is going to end up in the bank, even if the seller is going to allocate a bunch of fees and expenses towards it to get it out of profit that they have to pay taxes on. There's still ways to track the cash.
And then as part of the deal structure, you can probably agree to a earnout or something like that too, right?
Yeah. I mean, to an extent, once the seller shares that with you, you have them over a barrel. Now, whether you want to use the leverage or not is up to you. But they've been massively underreporting to the IRS for years. And, I'm not saying use it or not use it. Morals are up to the person, but you have some leverage, right? So you should absolutely use that to get an earnout or structure difference or something that's to your benefit, because you're keeping that story.
Is that this type of business that you should consider? A business that has a significant percentage of cash?
If you can prove the cash, there's not many businesses that on face I would say are bad businesses, right? Because price and structure, you buy it for $0, right? So at some value or some price, it's worth buying. Should it get a full multiple? Maybe not. Will it require more work on your behalf to get it into a structure that you can actually analyze it? Yes. Will it take longer to get the bank comfortable with this cash? Certainly. And so you have to sort of weigh those odds against throwing that fish back in the water and finding another one. But again, most people aren't all that astute at digging to get the data. They hear 30% cash, we can't really show it to you, and they give up. If you are going to go do the work of finding the cash and having a reputable firm like my firm kind of validate that the cash is there, you'll be just fine. So I think it's more an issue of price, structure, risk sharing, right? I think everything about buying a business is risk sharing. The seller is holding $5 million of risk in this non-liquid asset that he's trying to sell to you. And once you give him $5 million, you've taken his $5 million of risk home with you. And so if you have doubt that it's 5 million and you think it may be 3 plus or minus, then you need to give that person $3 million in cash at close, and you guys share that incremental $2 million of risk.